request earlier. So hi Facebook, hi YouTube, how is everybody? Welcome to my roof terrace. I've come up here in the heart of Italy. It's a bit breezy because it's so flipping hot. How are you all coping? Just saying to our friends on Instagram, it's going to be very fitting today because we're talking about hair in the sun. So swimming pool hair, has your hair ever gone green? Colour fade, you know, you spend a fortune having the colour in your hair and then it all fades and lifts and your hair becomes like straw in the heat. So anyway, we're going to be joined by Michael Van Clark, who is top celebrity hairdresser in London. So if you've got any comments, questions, Rachel's manning Facebook, so just pop them in there and we'll link as much as we can. Obviously we can't link on Instagram, but we will put everything in the bio, in the little biography on Instagram if you want to check it out. Great to see you. Lovely. Let's get going, shall we? So we see if we've got, your hair doesn't do well in the humidity, really curly hair. Okay, good question here coming up on Instagram. So let's see. Okay, Michael, I don't see you yet on here, so if you want to request to join me, that would be great. We are going to be talking about rehydration for the hair, but obviously rehydration for the body for us is really important, and actually this made me laugh. Okay, so this is my water bottle. This is what I travel with, and it's a litre bottle, and it tells me to drink throughout the day, and it's a litre. They're now saying, of course, that we should be increasing that to more like 2 litres a day, and don't forget your electrolytes. I'm going to be talking about that, the importance of minerals, salt, magnesium, potassium. Anyway, when Brella, my lovely Brella, arrived, she brought with her this. Talk about upsizing. So this is 2 litres. I think she just bought it because it's purple, you know, matches her hair, it's her favourite colour. But I love this, the way it says, good morning, do it for yourself, keep going, drink more, tons of energy, no excuses, almost there, and yay, you did it. 2 litres of water. So that is what she is aiming for. So yeah, don't forget to rehydrate for skin, for energy, for just everything, well-being. Yeah, protecting the scalp in the sun, really good. Oh, Victoria, she's saying it's very hot in Kentucky. I would love to not wash my hair every day. Any suggestions? Okay, let's see. No, I can't see Michael. Actually, Rachel, I know you're online. Do you want to just chat with Michael and see, just to make sure that he can join me? I'm on the Earle Wellbeing channel, obviously, on Instagram. I don't know where she bought this from. It's called Key Fit, Q-U-I, Fit. She probably got it from a sports shop or maybe online. Just have a look. Key Fit. Anyway, it's pretty hefty, isn't it? I mean, that does remind you that you have to rehydrate. So while we wait for Michael, just a couple of bits of news to tell you. There is a new podcast that is going live. It's got quite an out there title. It's with Mika Simmons, the actress and founder of the Lady Garden gynecological charity. It's called The Happy Vagina. This is her book, coming out soon. Yeah, it was quite an entertaining podcast, as you can imagine. She is quite outspoken. But I have to say, I brought the book with me to have a proper read while I was away because it has got a lot of really good information. So well done, Mika. I hope you do really well with it, and thank you for being a guest on my podcast. So we will pop links up always in the link tree, and if you head to Earle Wellbeing, if you click on there where it says podcasts, you can just download everything. You can listen to it in real time. You can download all the archive editions. We've got something like 300 podcasts. So if you're traveling, you know, if you're in the car, on the train, whatever, just lying poolside if you're lucky enough, or just pottering about at home, do take a listen to some of them, because honestly there's a wide range of subjects, everything from regenerative agriculture to anxiety, menopause, hormones, mental health. We've had some really quite hard-hitting ones. We've talked about bereavement, grief, coping with suicide. It's it's very varied, and that's why I love it, because it's a bit like a lucky dip. My guests are very interesting, some of them are quite challenging, but it's all about well-being in the fullest sense. So whether we're talking about a nutritional strategy, whether we're talking about intermittent fasting, whether we're talking about meditation or breathing, everything there is designed to give us nuggets of wisdom so that we can live and feel better. That's the whole point of wellness, isn't it? Okay, cold showers, yes. Oh, what am I using as a foundation on my skin? I'll show you at the end of this. I'll show you what I'm using on my skin. I've got a few bits. Here we go, Michael. Let's hope this works. I have accepted. So let's hope. I wonder what what the weather is like where he is. I think he'll be tuning in from London. Hey, Michael.
Hi Liz, how are you?
I'm super well, thank you. I've managed to get a little bit of a breeze. How are you doing? Gosh, you're wearing a jacket. Well done. Where are you?
Well, I'm in an air-conditioned room. I'm at home at the moment.
Okay, with a bit of air conditioning. That's great. Well, we've got loads of questions coming in already for you. And I have to say, since getting to know you last year and getting to know your product range, it is sensational, particularly when it comes to kind of older, parched, colour-treated hair. And I've been using your Lifesaver range, and now it's got the UV in it.
Yeah, yes.
It's just genius. And I put your overnight treatment on last night, obviously, because I knew that I'd be talking to you today. And I washed my hair this morning, and it is so soft and bouncy. And normally my hair is like straw in the sunshine.
The colour looks great.
And you've done the colour. I came into the salon and it was just brilliant. I had Steve do my colour, who was great, and I've actually been in to see him recently before I came away. But obviously, what's the point of spending all this money on getting our colour done if you then go and trash it in the sun? What's the sun doing to hair colour? Why does it fade?
I think people misunderstand just how harsh the sun is on hair. And I think it's something to do with the fact that we end a holiday with a lovely tan, a warm feeling.
Yeah.
And sometimes our hair can feel a bit thicker, a little bit sun-lightened.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
because of the warm tan, we think everything's lovely. And it's only a few weeks later when the tan goes and the hair starts to reveal what's really happened to it, that people recognise that actually the sun's done a lot of damage.
Just like it does to the skin, yeah?
Very much. And we've been educated for 50 years about the dangers to skin. But it's only in recent times that people are starting to recognise that hair needs protection too. And when we first launched our first UV protective products, there was very, very, very little choice on the market. In fact, there was nothing that would allow someone to wear their hair normally, but with protection. The only products available were very heavy oils, which wasn't really a very nice look. So it's now becoming more understood. But even I was surprised when we did some of our tests in the Maldives and in the Negev desert.
You had to go to the Maldives to test your hair care.
Well, we did then, but I think with summers now, we could probably just as well go down to the Thames.
Yeah, not joking.
Not so exciting. But even we were quite surprised taking brown wefts and blonde wefts and leaving them in the sun for 7 days against seawater or pool water as well, and having that comparison after 7 days was really quite stark. I actually show you some of the images. This was dark hair. I don't know if you can see that. That was dark.
Oh, and that's
hair.
also on your website. So people on Facebook and YouTube who can't see, you can head over to the website to have a look.
7 days sun on brown
It's gone like
hair.
straw.
You see one side has become quite orange.
Yeah,
as
not
the
good.
condition dramatically. And on blonde hair, it's a similar thing, but the hair just becomes much more ash. This was in the Maldives. So the one is protected, here is protected, this isn't protected. But they both started out.
After just 7 days. That's a huge
So
amount of
we're-
damage to your hair in 7 days of sunshine.
It is the damage as well. It's not just the colour, because some people think, oh, I quite like my hair a little bit lifted, and that may be the case. But the amount of damage that's done to the hair, because the UV rays set off free radicals in the hair shaft, so they react with colour to distort and change the colour very quickly. And natural colour is more stable in the sun. But if you have added colour,
Yeah, like me. I've got loads
that's
of colour.
very, very unstable in the sun.
Unstable. I've got unstable hair. Oh dear.
Well, in the sun.
In the sun, okay.
And those UV lights, they will distort the colour quite rapidly. But I think even more importantly, they break down the structure of the hair. And so the hair decays very quickly. So your comment about hair normally would feel very dry.
Yeah.
That's the aging process, sped up like 100-fold in the space of a 7-day holiday. And that's why we developed the products to protect hair from ravages of the sun.
And of course, as we age and we lose our hormones as women, we are often trying to battle things like hair loss, dehydrated hair. You know, we may have had decades, in my case, of colour treating, and you know, we kind of forget about it. We replenish our skin, all these lovely serums and face creams and things, and then just slap on a bit of conditioner thinking that that's going to do it. Tell me, how effective are things like shampoos? Because you've got a cashmere protein UV shampoo, for example,
Yes.
which I've got here, and a protective conditioner. You know, can we really get UV protection from a shampoo and a conditioner? Because we're washing it out, aren't we?
It's laying down a protection, and the conditioner is also then topping that protection up. So the cashmere proteins are there to help rebuild the hair shaft, and the UV protective elements, which are natural UV protectors, and they're not synthetic. They're most derived from sunflowers that get on very well with the sun.
Nice. I'm surrounded actually here in Umbria by sunflower fields, and it's really interesting talking to, you know, herbalists and botanists that plants have so much natural protection which we then can benefit from. So when you think of the sunflowers, they are literally, you know, out facing the sun the entire day, having to absorb all that UV for months on end. So it's quite, stands to reason, doesn't it, that they're going to be protective.
That's right. And so the conditioner is a rinse off product, so you're leaving
yeah, I have got a leave-in one.
The leave-in treatment that you mentioned earlier has a higher concentration as
I
well.
love this. I love this.
That's
And just let me say that you've given us 15% off everything with Liz Loves. So thank you. We're super grateful, and it's great timing, obviously. This is called Lifesaver UV. It is a genuine lifesaver, and it's a leave-in product. And I used it this morning, so I washed my hair this morning. And it says it's for UV colour protection for beach and city dwellers. And if I just show you, because I was a bit worried about it, I was thinking that it might be too heavy. Because you don't want your hair to go limp, do you, and lank, because then it just looks greasy.
No.
So I don't know, am I doing this right? I just put it in my palms.
That's fine. I mean, that amount the hair will absorb.
Yeah? And just rub it through, and it kind of gives you some styling, a bit of bounce. You can see I haven't done anything to my hair this morning, it's just, I've just washed it and left it. And I now have some protection from the UV and some styling. It's genius.
I use it myself. I mean, it's such a great versatile product. It can be used on wavy hair to get beach waves, and you can put lots on the hair. If you have a smoother style, you can use it as a blow dry balm, or you can use it to add some body and protect and it's adding product that you probably our most versatile product, I think.
Really? I'm just going to try plugging a mic into the bottom of my phone here, because I know we've got a little bit of wind noise. Sorry about that. It's a bit of a breeze and it gets amplified, so I hope that's better. People can let me know. I've got a little baffle on my microphone. And then the other one which I wanted to ask you about is this is called a pre-wash treatment. You can't hear me now. I don't think people can hear me at all now. That's no good. Sorry. That's not good. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. So yeah, tell me about this one. This is the intensive pre-wash treatment.
Yeah, so that's the travel cheap version of our Lifesaver Ultra. So our Lifesaver Ultra is our top, most premium pre-wash treatment, and that was followed the popularity of our original Lifesaver here. And essentially, it is the same as Lifesaver, but with almost 3 times the key actives. And
3 times? Wow.
Cashmere proteins. It also has the UV protection in this one. And that's become a very, very popular product.
Yeah. Now tell...
all hair types as well.
Excellent. Now tell me a little bit, sorry I'm just fiddling with my mic here, trying to protect everybody from the wind noise. Tell me about swimming pool hair. How can we protect hair against chlorine and seawater? Because I know the salt is very drying on the hair as well.
Yeah, salts are very corrosive on the hair, and most of the chemicals in pools, particularly chlorine, is bleach. So you'll have you're having more of a bleach going on your hair.
I never realised that. That's so obvious.
Yeah.
Chlorine is bleach, so we're bleaching our hair.
You're bleaching it further, and that's why if people get their bright shade of blonde that they like, and then they go on holiday and start swimming, the blonde is being taken further to ash.
Exactly
and
like
if it goes
me.
too far, that's when you start to get almost a khaki shade on the tips of the hair, because all of the warmth has been taken out, and it's the chlorine in the water. And that's something that takes a lot of corrective processes to put right. So being careful about hair. Some of the tips on for swimming would be to wet the hair first before you go swimming. Put a treatment on like the Lifesaver UV or the pre-wash, which will then help to resist the hair absorbing quite so much of the salts and the chemicals. But then after, to rinse your hair thoroughly to not leave the salts and the chlorine in the hair. And if you're doing that on a regular basis, your hair will come to very little harm with swimming.
Brilliant. Great advice. So I hope everybody has made a note of that. Before you get in the water, get your hair wet. So rinse it just with plain water. Put your conditioning treatment on if you want to. You know, pile it up on top of your head or whatever.
And then the hair won't be able to absorb as much of the pool water or the seawater.
That is such good advice. And then when you get out, rinse it all out.
Rinse it out for sure.
Brilliant. And then what about things like frizz and high humidity? A lot of people are saying they've got very curly hair, it goes very frizzy. Do you have any suggestions for that? Could you use the same treatments to kind of smooth the cuticle?
We do. This is a great product at limiting the frizz and getting rid of the frizz.
Fantastic.
In the hair.
So that's this one.
Frizzy hair, the Lifesaver UV will help to smooth the hair into more defined beach waves, and also help to stop the hair becoming fluffy, so that it will actually hold it better in place. And you know, if the air is very humid, it's fine to take your hair back, but also even more haywire.
So I missed that. Sorry, it broke up a little bit. So if it is very humid, what do we do with our hair?
If it's very humid, your hair is going to absorb a lot of moisture and return more to its natural state, more curly. If the wind is around as well, frizzy. So a product that will help to keep it in line, the waves in line, the surface smoother.
Yeah, lovely and smooth.
Smoother all day long.
Fantastic. So you would really recommend then a UV protective shampoo and conditioner just kind of during the summer anyway, regularly. I know a lot of people we're getting great comments actually on Instagram, people who've been using your products for ages saying that they really, really love them. And then using this one daily actually on the hair. I'm a fan. You know, I've only just started to use this. I literally brought this with me. I've just arrived, and this is going on my hair every day. It's
and people that
love
have
it.
slightly dry, coarser hair will find that if they put that on their hair wet, so when they shampoo their hair, put it on wet, comb it through so that it goes evenly across each hair shaft. If they do nothing to their hair after, because they let their hair dry, it will dry much smoother and silkier, and stay much silkier. You know, they'll feel their hair and think it's not their hair because it's so much softer.
Absolutely.
If they prefer blow dry, then they can blow dry their hair smooth if that's what they normally do.
I wish you could feel my hair.
Smooth, if you're blow drying smooth, you wouldn't use as much, but if you're leaving it naturally, you can use a lot.
And the great thing about the versatility is you can use it on wet hair, damp hair or dry hair.
Yes. It's very, very versatile. All age groups, all hair types. You know, I use it on my children's hair when we go away.
Great.
It's an amazing product.
Really, really good. Do you do travel sizes as well? We're being asked on Instagram.
Of the leave-in treatment, not yet, but it is coming.
Okay.
We should have that at the end of the year, but certainly of the shampoo and conditioner and
Yep.
all of the pre-washes now come in a travel size.
Travel size.
And actually,
Oh yeah, I can see them. Michael's showing us the tubes.
They're free.
And I guess if you really wanted, if you were only going away for a short period of time, you could just decant it into a into a little bottle. There's a comment here saying that the cashmere shampoo is the bomb, which I think is kind of is speak for amazingly good. Is that right?
I think so.
Okay, so tell me, if, like Brella, you have not done any of this. She turned up yesterday, day before yesterday, with fairly green hair, because she's been away travelling and, you know, in and out of pools, not really looking after her hair. Is there anything that can reverse that green tinge?
Well, it really needs a technician to go through it, although tomato ketchup can help.
I have heard that, yeah.
It will give a temporary warmth into the hair to counteract some of the green. But, you know, really follow the rule of making sure your hair's properly rinsed after swimming, wear a hat in the sun.
Yep.
You know, and know that the hair is not a part of the living tissue anymore. So if your hair's long, it could be 3 or 4 years old at the end.
Yeah, sure.
Anything you're doing to that hair will not recover until new hair comes through and replaces it. So, you know, each summer holiday, and you may go away 3 or 4 times in a year, you're building up damage that you're not going to recover until new hair replaces it. So it's worth taking the trouble just to care for the hair you have.
It is, isn't it? I think that's a really salutary point, that skin cells, yes, of course we need to look after our skin, it's really important, but they do replenish every 28 days.
Yes.
But by the time your hair's gone from here down to here, that's years and years of living with it. And actually, just to take a little bit of time and care and investment in protecting your hair could make a massive difference.
And it makes life much, much easier, because healthy hair not only looks so much better, it's much easier to manage.
Yeah.
It lasts much longer when you style it.
Yeah.
It's much easier for colour, much cheaper to look after, because you're not constantly into colour correct.
Yep.
Because the colour's much more stable.
So will colour last longer if we're protecting it in the sun? Do we need to pay, much longer? So you're making a saving then on your hair care if you're somebody who spends a lot in the hairdressers. That's quite a good value point, isn't it? Actually,
colour can be very expensive these days.
Colour is very expensive. Yeah.
You know, it's wrong to think that that's all you have to do until you go back 2 or 3 months later.
Yeah.
You know, there's a part to play of caring for the hair in between.
Yeah, you can't just turn up to the hairdresser, say, right, colour my hair, and then be off and not do anything to look after it. Well, I mean, you can, but you're going to have damage if that's the case.
Yes. Changing colour.
And then tell us about the range in general, because your 15% discount is brilliantly available across the whole line, and I've got some real favourites. I love your rose shampoo, that's one of my favourites. I'm going to be using that when I get back, and I've got the UV protective one obviously here.
Yes, it goes across everything, and our brushes as well. And we've got
Love your brushes. Oh my goodness.
I don't know if you've seen our new one. We have a metallic rose gold version of our famous #1 brush.
That is very smart.
Very popular, but we don't actually have that many of them. So,
well, if you want one of those, be quick. Don't sell them out, because I'm going to get one when I get back. I love your #1 brush. I never thought a hairbrush would actually make so much difference to my life, but it really does.
It's a great brush.
Yeah, lots of comments on Instagram about how great your brushes are. So the discount works on brushes as well, yeah, on the accessories.
Yeah, across the whole range.
Fantastic. Yeah. Really, really great. So where are you going to be heading off to this summer?
Well, we've actually just come back from a trip in Wales.
Nice.
With so we made a decision not to risk going through an airport with the family.
Yeah.
We decided they were at the age now to do an adventure trip.
Mm-hmm.
And so we planned a 10-day adventure trip in Wales, non-stop, 4 locations. They did whitewater rafting, mountain biking, sailing, sea kayaking, swimming through kelp forests. They call it beach shoring or something, coasteering, where they're up mountains on the coast in the Pembrokeshire. They did axe throwing,
Fantastic. Oh, Michael, it's a real joy to talk to you. Thank you. Lots of great advice there. And of course, just remind us your website address if people want to go and check out all your information.
Yes, it's benclarke.com, BANCLARKE.com.
benclarke.com. Thank you. Well, bless you, and thank you for the discount, and absolutely loving everything that you're doing. It's been so great to connect. Thank you. See you when I'm back, I hope. Bye.
That's great. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, what a lovely man, and so great, that information. Yeah, really, really good. So just to say, this Lifesaver UV, okay, this is absolutely, it's so light, you can use it on damp hair, wet hair, dry hair like mine. And I'm just very excited about the idea of keeping my colour so that when I come back from Italy, because I'm here for, well, 4 weeks in all, because I've got some work to do. I'm going to be going off on various trips, so I hope you'll join me on Instagram, so it's not all holiday, but I'm going to be here in the sun for quite a while, so I need to keep my colour protected. Hey, Ruby Hammer has joined us. Lovely to see you. It's right at the end, my darling. I'm sorry. So just to say, I was asked what base I'm wearing. So, very simple. I'm wearing this. It's by Delilah, and it's called Pure Light Liquid Radiance. Sorry about the wind, it's starting again. But just to show you, that's what it looks like. So it's designed for all skin types and all colours. Yeah. And we do have a Liz Loves on all Delilah products. 20% on all Delilah products. So I'm using that. And then I'm also, they sent me their new liquid blusher. Oh my goodness, this is so great. This shade is called Peony, and I love it. That's the colour, okay? And I've got that on my cheeks. And you can, yeah, just pop it on wherever. I also used a little bit on my lips. So love that. Thank you, Rupert, and all the team at Delilah. Well done with that. Really nice little travel thing. So that's Delilah. And in the sun, I'm also using extra hyaluronic acid to plump up my skin. So, of course, I'm taking my Ingenious Beauty collagen capsules. Absolutely, they came with me. But I've also been using Lily's Gold Serum. You can see how much I love it. It's half gone. So this is the Rich Gold, and we also do have a discount on that. And all her cell return products, it's a slightly different discount code. It's Liz Loves 21. And she has warned me to tell you that the cell return masks, because they're coming in from overseas and they've had lots of difficulties and price increases and things with raw materials, the prices are going up in a couple of weeks' time. So, but their current stock, they will sell at the existing prices, and we get our 10% discount. So if you've been thinking about a cell return mask or Neckelray or Wero or any of those things, or even the serum, then grab it now before they have to have their price increase. So thank you, Lily, for making us aware of that. I'm also loving this. This has come with me. It's by Sarah, another fab female founder. You may remember that we talked about how she set up her range for her sister, who was undergoing intensive chemo and cancer treatment. This is a really lovely hydrating mist. It doesn't have any essential oils, so it's really good for sensitive skin. And it's so cooling. It has lots of aloe vera juice. Yeah, it's a bit blowy. Never mind. Went behind me, not over me. So yeah, so bye, Sarah. Yeah, you're living for the wind. Okay, I'm going to go now, but I will be back with you, hopefully slightly less windy, on Thursday, where we're going to be talking about nutrition and wellness in the sun from the inside. So join me then. Hope you can hear me. It's been great to see you today. Sending you lots of love. Stay well, stay hydrated, stay safe in the sun and the heat. Bye-bye.